Okay, so hello everybody, welcome to today's lesson. Okay, welcome back to term 2. Alright, I hope you all had a good March school holiday break. Sorry, wait, let me just adjust my mic. Yes. Yeah, okay. So welcome back to term 2 like I said. So today I'll be covering for Set 4 G2 A-Math for term 2. Okay, for those of you who are G3 or taking E-Math, okay, A-Math is not for you. So please do look up on the E-Math or basically maths YouTube tutorials online. Okay, so those who have not seen me before, okay, here's a self-introduction of myself. Those of you who have heard of me before, those of you who have heard of me before, I will reintroduce myself again just in case if you have forgotten. Okay, so hello everybody, my name is JC. I'm a tutor with 5 years teaching experience, specializing in O-level E-Math and N-level English. There's some degree diploma things that you may take note. Alright, these slides I only have one, which is over here. Okay, which is why I have to emphasize I don't like people who take safety for granted. Please don't take your safety for granted. Safety number one. Okay, right. So for today's lesson, for today's lesson, right, we're actually going to start on a brand new topic. But before that, can I get you all to make sure that that you have the following things? Let me please give me a while to adjust my screen. Okay, please give me yeah, 1 second. There we go. Okay, so the things you need for today. Okay, you're already set 4, so I shouldn't tell you what you should need. But those of you who have not seen me before, I will take it as if you are new. So first things first, I need you all to have your rough paper. I need you all to have your pens and your calculator. If you have your textbook, because you're going through a new topic, last one already, so this one I will leave it up to you. Okay, now those who do not know what G2 means, G2 is a normal stream, so I'll only go through for the normal academic people. Alright, okay, so today our content is this. Okay, I'm going to start on a brand new chapter. If my screen can load, thing. Yes, this one. Okay, so today the content overview is very simple. Okay, this one. Now, if you took note in term 1, we learned differentiation. Okay, differentiation is your dy dx, although I've not covered it in my videos yet. Okay, but I'll just follow the textbook because this was what you're going to be tested for your N level. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to cover on a simple introduction of integration, and then after that I'll give you some rules on integration, and then after we will try some practice sums. Okay, these are the sums that I have selectively taken from the textbook. So if you have your textbook, you may refer to it for the question. If not, you may refer to my screen. Okay, so first things first, a lot of you may be asking me what in the world. Okay, first things first, what in the world is this topic about? Okay, what is what is integration really about? So okay, so the first thing I need you all to take note is that integration, we are basically reversing of differentiation. Okay, when I say we integrate something, means we are going to apply differentiation and work, and this is a keyword, okay, and work backwards. So for those of you who have learned differentiation, you know that differentiation is dy over dx, correct? So dy dx is differentiation. However, instead of me giving you the equation y equals something x plus c, correct? I instead give you what is the dy dx. If it's 2, you will have to figure a way of how you can work from this step to this step. This is what we want to achieve ultimately. Okay? Can? Alright, this is just a basic introduction on integration. Okay. Next thing I need you all to take note is that for differentiation, we use this sign. This sign is very common. Okay, this one, you all may ask me, what in the world is this? This looks like an S. Okay, it is a S, but instead of it, we calling it S, we call it the integral sign. Okay, integral sign is basically when you're doing integration. Okay, all your sums will always have this symbol. So whenever you see this symbol, you will know it's integral. Okay? Okay. The next thing I need you all to take note is that y equals something plus c. Now for differentiation, for integration, you will need to know what is c. What is c? C is your constant variable. I think you all know what constant variable means. Okay, it's a thing that we keep constant, but the y and the x we can vary the value. Okay, so since we got this integration definition out of the way of how we reverse differentiation and how we apply differentiation and working backwards, we need to now know what are the rules of integration. Okay, there are only 2 rules for integration. Now if you remember, for differentiation, let me start another tab. Okay, for differentiation we have 4 rules. Okay, if you all have realized, we have 4 rules of differentiation. The first one is power function. Okay, what does power function mean? Power come down, power minus 1. Okay, that is the power function. Next one that we have is the chain rule. Okay, then you ask me, what is chain rule? Power come down, power minus 1, differentiate inside bracket. Okay, next one is your product rule. Okay, what is product rule? Product rule, you will have these 2 variables. You will have u, v, and then you are asked to find du over dx, dv over dx, and then therefore this one will become dy dx. Okay, so this is for product rule. And the last rule, which is arguably one of the easier ones for me, is you will also have your quotient rule. What is quotient rule? Quotient rule is when you take a function divided by a function. Okay, the change of a quotient divided by the dividend of the differentiation. Okay, can? Okay, so let's go back to the rules. Okay, for the rules, there are only 2. Okay, and you need to memorize these 2. First one is power function. Okay, then you may ask me, what is the method? Okay, method is very simple. You know that in integration is power come down, power minus 1, right? This time it is power add 1. Then because you times the power, now is divided by power. Okay, I will show you an example of what power function is. Okay, next one we have is the chain rule. So These two rules will always come up when they ask you for integration and differentiation. Power function chain rule. But the difference is that integration do not have product and quotient rule. So those two, the product and the quotient rule, you can leave it out for this chapter. Okay, but please remember how to do it, yeah? Okay, this one, how do we do it is power at 1 divided by power. Now there's one more step. Okay, and this step is divided, okay, this is quite long, divided by the differentiation inside bracket. Okay, those who are smarter, you will know this, but let's go through this together in case for those of you who are unfamiliar of integration. So power function again is what? Power at 1 divided by the power. Chain rule, power at 1 divided by the power divided by the differentiation inside the bracket. Okay, now we are going to go to some work example. Some work example means you can copy this now, but I will guide you on how to do it. We are going to do total of 10 sums including work example today. So the first one, if I were to give you a work example that says, okay, integrate ax to the power n of dx. Okay, this is the type of questions you will see. Please don't bother about this dx thing here. Okay, don't bother. It's just there to tell you that you also need to have a strong foundation in your differentiation. Okay, now the question is how to do, correct? How to do is power at 1. So it will be a n x to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. Okay, what did I do here? Firstly, a n x. Okay, sorry, let me get this one is not correct. It's supposed to be ax to the power n inside bracket. Yes, so for this one, right, is power at 1. So firstly, what you need to do first is you need to know how to actually do the power function for this, which is ax. Sorry, let me erase this for now. Okay, again, for power function, sorry, I mix up the sum. If they give you like this, correct, the first thing you need to do is you need to differentiate what is this. Okay, so this one, please apply back your integration, which is your differentiation, which is power come down, power take away 1. Okay, but now I add this thing. And I ask you to find ax and dx. Okay, how do you find this? Simple. Constants don't take part. Okay, please take note. Constants don't take part. What does that mean? These two variables, a and x, they are not included in integration. Okay, so please don't do it this way. Okay, because constants do not take part in integration. So it will be ax to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. Okay, this is the one that students always forget. Okay, they forgot to add a plus c. The reason is simple. Okay, when they add the when you don't add the plus c, later on when we cover the topic of integration summing of values, you realize that the C, right, is important when it comes to equation of straight line. So that is why integration, we always use this type of method. Okay, again, what am I doing here? Power add 1 divided by power. Okay, alright, so I think you all got the hang of this. Work example 1, let's go to work example 2. Now work example 2, I will introduce chain rule. Okay, I will introduce chain rule. So for chain rule, it will look something like this. Okay, the first thing you need to do for this question is, firstly, you need to differentiate. So how do you differentiate? It will be power come down, power take away 1 times what? Yes, A. Okay, power come down, power minus 1, differentiate the inside, which will give you an ax plus b to the power n minus 1. So for this, right, if I ask you to integrate, and I ask you to integrate this, okay, you all can do it. So it will be, again, constants don't take part, so the bracket copy down, n plus 1 over n plus 1. There's one more step. Yes, divide by the differentiation inside the bracket, which is a. And what do we need to pass by? C. Okay, so therefore this will be my answer. If you want to put nicer a bit, you can put nicer a bit. Ax plus b n plus 1 over an plus a plus c. Okay, so this one is power add 1 divide by power differentiate divided by differentiation of the inside bracket. Okay, I think you all got the hang of it. So now I'll give you all some practice sums to try. Okay, the first practice sum, I will go easy on you. Can you all find this? I only want this. Okay, I will set a timer. Okay, the timer will, okay, so not a timer, I'll give you all about 2 minutes to try this question. All right, okay, here we go. Okay, for those of you who are not done, you all have about 1 minute remaining. For those who are done, please make sure you double check your answer. Okay, I'll review in about 40 seconds. Yeah. Okay, the time is up. Alright, so let's review the answer together. Okay, so for this one, it will be, okay, hopefully you'll get this correct, is power at 1 divided by power plus C. Okay, hopefully you got this one right. Okay, the next practice sum will be number, okay, which will go something like this. It will be, okay, let's do a bit of fraction now. Okay, so for this one, I'll give you a bit more. I'll give you about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, so 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Your time starts now. Okay, for those of you who are done, please double check your answer. For those of you who are not done, you have about 45 seconds remaining. Okay, please continue. Okay, time is up. Let's review the answer together. So for this question, right, you actually need to do one important step. Okay, that one important step is, firstly, you will need to show me that 4 over 9x to the power minus 3, okay, because this is a fraction. So because this is a fraction, you do not use the quotient rule, and I repeat, okay, quotient rule is not in integration, so you have to bring the x out. Okay, so after you have done that, it will be as smooth as it can be. It will be something like this. So it will be 4 over 9. Okay, and if you all recognize it, this is just power function only. Okay, plus C. So this is not complete. Please make sure you simplify. When you simplify, it will first come out to be like that. And finally, it will be this. Okay, I hope you got this right. For those of you who did not get it right, I suspect Okay, I suspect it is because you have failed to realize that 4 and minus 2 can cancel. This is one way. Or another way is that you actually did not realize the first step already. So these two steps, can you please put a star to these two steps? Okay, these are very important. Okay, can? Alright, so with that further without further query, let's move on. Practice sum number 3. Okay, from practice sum number 3, I'm only giving 30 seconds for this question. Okay, 30 seconds for this question. Alright, and your time begins now. Okay, time is up. Let's review the answer. So for the answer, it will just be very simple. It will just be x to the power 4 over 4 plus c. Okay, I hope you got this right. Okay, now we come to practice sum 4. Okay, for practice sum 4, right, it will be a square root. Okay, great. So it will be about, yeah, so just be the square root, so it will be like this. Okay, this one I'll give 1 minute 30 seconds, and your time begins now. Alright, so for those of you who are done, please always make sure that you check your answers. For those who are still doing, you have about 30 seconds from now. Okay, so time is up. Very quickly, I'll run through the answer. So the answer will be like that. X power half dx. So when you add 1, it will be 3 over 2 over 3 over 2 plus c. And then for the 3 over 2, you may times because I don't like the fraction. So 2 over 3x to the power of 3 over 2 plus c. Okay, I hope you got this right. Okay, and the last one that we will try today, so we'll only be able to do 5. Okay, practice sum number 5 will be a chain rule question, so please take note, it will be chain rule. Okay, take note, is chain rule. so please don't times in, please don't expand. Okay, and for this one you only have 1 minute to 1 minute and 15 seconds to figure it out, and your time starts now. Okay, for those who are still doing, you have 30 seconds remaining. For those of you who are done, please make sure you check. Alright, again, please do not expand this equation. Okay, time is up. Time to review the answers. Okay, for this question, sorry, my mistake. Okay, I did say that you cannot expand out, but actually for this question, you should expand out. So it will be 3x squared minus 21x of dx. Okay, sorry for my mistake. Please help me to double check that you have 3x to cube over 3 minus 21x squared over 2 plus c. Okay, and from there you can cancel, so it will be x cubed minus 21x squared over 2 plus c. Okay, this is the chain rule question, so there's a little bit of step. Okay, now for chain rule and power function questions, the question will be a worth total of 5. Sorry, not 5. You'll be worth 3 marks, just like that. Okay, so in summary, what have we covered? Number 1, we have covered the basics of integration. Okay, that's 1. 2, what have we also covered? We have also covered the rules of integration, in which there's only 2 of them, which are power function and chain rule, as well as the method to tackle the questions. And thirdly, we have tried all practice sums. Okay, this is what we have covered. Now next lesson, we will cover, okay, where's my new drawing? Yes. Okay, for the next lesson, we are going to move on to something a little bit more complicated. Let me just refer to my syllabus first. You'll be covering on definite integral, okay, and more chain rule questions. Okay, this one is only if I have extra time. Okay, because definite integral will take quite a bit. Alright, so I just hope to cover this. Okay, so my recording time is almost up. Alright, so I would like to thank you all again for watching this video, and Selamat Hari Raya Idul Fitri to all of the Muslims around the world in the Middle East, as well as in Singapore and anywhere else in the world. Okay, really wish you a Selamat Hari Raya Idul Fitri. Alright, and I would like to also wish you all a long weekend ahead, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Bye.